The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Dalton here from the gun. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll buy some time. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
1st and 10 for Dalton. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Dalton now to pass. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man, Boyd. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't a big strike. but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. And that's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Andy Dalton now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Another chance for Dalton. Going up top. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, easy. 12. 11.
Breeze will try again on second down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now he'll escape. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, here's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
4 down, check, 4 down. Here you go, 368.
It's second down. Dalton looking. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
368.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 2 kill. 11. Got it. 21. 13. Ready, let's check.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Good set. Go down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. The catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Kamara. And an alley to run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
21.
Breeze now on 1st down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal here at the end of the 2nd quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board, and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Now he'll escape to his right. And he floated one out there incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timeout.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bryant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Breeze now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Got it.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. Ready.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
21.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Dalton on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his left. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very solid gain of 27.
Get set. Got it. Got it.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Under. 21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Dalton sets up play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
21.
Breeze now. But escapes the sack. Buying time to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
21.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Got it. 12.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Flushed out right. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From midfield, here's Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Hey, kill. Move out. Switch.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw is Breeze. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Have a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
44. Here you go.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Throw left side complete. It's Malone. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Dalton off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Breeze to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Play action now. Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's back to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
57, you got 59 over there.
He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. A gain of 32 that time. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
3-19! Over!
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Bullock good on the extra point, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
The Saints on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Breeze to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is up to 8. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Yellow lady. Got it.
Back to throw, Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. I'm surprised with the lead in a 1-score game this late, they're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.